I don't know why they're laughing. Stupid as hell, huh, David?
Is this the actual podcast?
It's recording.
Oh, okay.
If anything fun happens, I might use it, you know?
But if anything boring happens...
You're not like a nervous person on the microphones and stuff.
I don't know. I've never been on a... Well, I haven't been on a microphone for a long time. I've never talked on a microphone one-to-one. But I've never done a podcast before.
Why not? You're the right age.
Yeah, because everyone else is.
I don't know why I turned it off. But anywho.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. And I just took like the first 2 measures of it and put a beat behind it. And that's the theme song for the show. Isn't that great?
Is this you actually playing?
It's just the beat behind the sample. I sampled it.
Oh.
Take a clip. And then I have a drum machine and I went.
Nice.
And it only lasts a little bit. And I looped it on this machine. Isn't that interesting how that works? Do you find, as you're a musician, do you think, what do you think about sampling music? Is that creative or to you, or are you like, nah, make your own music?
I mean, you're creating something new with it, so I would be okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with someone, like if you had like a hit record and 20 years later someone, or let's not even say a hit record, you had a moderately successful record.
Why can't I have a hit record?
Because it makes a difference in the end.
Oh,
you have
okay.
A moderately successful record, like some people might know it, enough people know it that like it's out there in the world. And then like 20 years later, someone samples it and makes like a hip hop beat and like puts out a rap song and they make millions.
Oh. I don't know. I feel like I'd feel flattered. But
would you want to get some of that money?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it more about the money at that point, or do you also think people would go back and discover you? Maybe.
Yeah.
Be
probably.
like, hey, where did you get that music from? Oh,
because I've done that before.
Yeah, I've done that a lot. I listen like a lot of rap songs or pop songs. I'm like, hey, that's cool. I wonder where that's from. And then the original is what ends up on my Spotify list.
Yeah.
So you don't use Spotify, huh?
Nope.
So we're here with Dave. What am I calling you?
Just call me David. I'm assuming you're editing this part out.
No, I don't edit these at all.
Just call me David.
Okay.
You don't edit these at all.
I know. I try not to.
Well, then we got to restart.
If you absolutely want me to not say those 2 names, your middle name and your last name.
Yeah, let's restart one more time.
Oh no, we're not restarting. Just I'll remember to cut that out.
Oh, okay.
I'll make an exception for you.
Thank you.
Because we're here with Dave. He's I went to school with him. From 8th grade on or something like that.
9th grade on.
9th grade on.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought you're always my friend, but it was always like post high school. It was like I never like thought of you like as one of my high school friends. But then like I've kept in touch with you this whole time, like going on 20 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
since
kind of
we graduated.
Weird how it ended up that way. Yeah, because I thought the same thing.
But then also last year when I moved back into the house and like after I got divorced, I moved into the old house where I grew up in.
Now you're seeing lots of people?
And no, I started looking through some old pictures that I found, and I'm like, David's like in all these pictures. I'm like, maybe David was like part of the crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like I was part of the crew.
A surprising amount of pictures that you were in. I was like, look at that, David.
Well, I was friends with you and Sean.
Yeah. Who'd you really? But did you only hang out with Ryan?
Lily?
Yeah. Is that like your only friend that you hung out with?
No, I hung out with Sean too.
Like, what would you guys like after school? Like, what would you do with these people?
With which people?
With Ryan or Sean?
Oh, well, a lot of band stuff, I guess.
Oh yeah, because you guys were all band geeks.
Yeah, that's right.
What's your favorite trombone song?
My favorite trombone song?
Yeah, like if you like, it's your instrument.
Yeah, right.
Would you say trombone's your instrument?
Well, bass trombone is.
Do you know how to? Because you know how to play piano.
Yeah, but not so much.
But it's
anymore.
not your instrument. That's what I'm saying. Like you know your way around it, but it's not like your instrument.
Okay.
So your instrument
is bass trombone.
Bass trombone. So like I like to play guitar a lot, or like bass guitar. So there's songs that I'm like, I really like the bass guitar in this song, or I like the guitar part in this song. So is there a song where you're like, I really like the trombone and
There's just a bunch of them though. It's hard to pick just one.
trombone can be kind of silly.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because it goes wah 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 wah.
I remember when my brother was in the marching band at ISU. And he hated it, but I think it was like
I was in it one year too. I
think-
hated it too.
I think he did it because I think it was like extra money. Like
Yeah, you get a good scholarship.
yeah, you
for
get a
it.
scholarship in it, but he didn't like it. But I never thought I'd go to some football game, because I don't care about football. But like when they would kick the ball and if the ball would bounce, it go whap, 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 with the trombone. That's cool. You can drink your water, David.
Well, why would I need to ask permission for that?
You looked at me like you were waiting for me to like stop talking. I'm like, fucking do whatever you want, David.
I was just listening to you.
You're a grown ass person.
Yeah, I was just listening.
Yeah.
Oops.
I like that.
So,
Trying to look for. So there's no like good trombone songs.
no, there's a bunch of them. It's hard just to pick just one.
I like the trombone in this song. I like that. It's simple and silly.
Simple and silly, huh?
Do you like simple, silly songs?
Yeah. I would say, how about this? Jazz Police is a really good one for bass trombone.
Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting that it has to be Jazz Police.
Yeah, that's the name of it. By
Gordon Goodwin.
Gordon Goodwin.
Has there a specific, more or less, where we could drop this and it would bring up some trombone?
Oh, like near the end, maybe.
So tromboner. Oh, you're on the bottom there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen here. You hear those really low notes? Yeah, that's the part I played.
Oh yeah. How often do you play? You play in a group right now? You said, right?
Well, we take the summers off, but it's a community band.
So what are you playing in during the winter? You would think the summer's when you would hit it.
No, because everyone's off for school. I mean, off for the summer.
Mm. So what do you do, like Christmas shit?
Well, we like play at a swing dance every month, and then we do a lot of these other like events. Like we do a thing called the Hanger Hop. That's like a swing dancing thing, and we do like Jazz Fest and Summer Fest, and there's a bunch of stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. But it's just a community group, so it's not like...
That's still fun. That's more playing than like people your age.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot more playing than I've gotten in the last couple of years.
Yeah, they also have a concert band I played in for a couple of years, but it was just like took too much time, so...
It's a problem. You're a musician, but you're not like... It's not like your life.
No, it's just a hobby.
Yeah. I don't know. This isn't like bass trombone, but I've always, every time I hear a trombone in anything, I'm like, hey, let's put like the David trombone. Isn't that crazy how they just blow into it as hard as they can? It's kind of scary.
He's doing what's it called, a growl in it.
A growl, is that what you call it? Is that what it's called?
I think so.
So do you believe in the Ouija board?
Do I believe in the Ouija board? I believe it's here in front of us. I don't believe that it works, no.
Why not? Because it didn't work right now?
It didn't work right now.
But before, like, do you think it's ever worked for anybody?
No. I think it's just someone else pulling it and freaking themselves out. But, I'm a pretty hardcore atheist, so I don't think there's anything.
You didn't grow up hardcore atheist. How long were you, like, Mormon in your heart?
In my heart, probably till I was, like, 14. But I had to go until I moved out, and then I moved in with Sean, so...
And then that's when you came out as non-Mormon?
Yeah.
Did your mom get mad at you?
She was really mad at first, but now she's not.
She was like close to disowning you at first?
Yeah, basically she did. for a little bit.
I think I remember that now. Actually.
Yeah. But now she's cool with it, and now one of my brothers has also left the church, and then my sister's husband has left the church, and so it's just like...
Did your gay brother ever... because gay people can't be in the church.
He never left the church. My adopted sister did, but my adopted brother never left it.
Because your adopted brother is the one that was gay? Or that is gay?
Right.
Okay. But he was still in the church?
Yeah, well, because he just didn't care enough to get his records removed, but no, he didn't.
Oh, so you've gone like... It's not just like you just don't go anymore. You got your records removed?
Right.
What's that? Like you call the...
No, you have to go meet with the bishop and basically threaten to take legal action, and then they'll let you not be a member of the church anymore. It's really weird.
So what did you tell him? How'd that go?
I just told him I didn't think...
All right, let's replay.
Oh,
I'm Brigham Young, and you're coming into my office right now.
You think that's who I talked to?
Yeah, you talked to Brigham Young, the third.
And I said...
Okay, I'm sitting here, and you're walking in.
And I said...
And say, hello. Or did you have to do like an appointment?
Yeah.
So he knew. It was like, hello, David. David, is that right? Your name, David?
He knew who I was.
Hey, David, from, where you are.
Uh-huh.
From the 7th Ward. Is that what he said?
No, he said, hey, David.
Hey, David,
how's it
have
going?
Have a seat.
Yeah,
do you want a drink?
What did you want to talk about?
He didn't offer you a drink in his office.
No.
Bitch.
Not even water.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be like, you want a shot of whiskey? But he didn't offer like, some water, some tea, anything? Some Mountain Dew. And you said, no, thank you.
Uh-huh. And then I just told him I wanted to leave the
church. So we sat down, and then what did he say? Why, David?
I can't remember this exact
well, let's just
conversation.
play it. Let's pretend. Let's pretend I know.
Okay.
Okay. The scene is you just walked in. Have a seat, David. What's up? What can we talk about?
I want my records removed from the church. I have decided it's not true.
What isn't true? Anything? The church?
Yeah, the Mormon church isn't true.
And so you want to leave us?
Yep.
What if I offered you introductory pricing for the rest of your life if you stuck around? I get you 2 phones for free.
2 phones for free.
And then you can stay.
Could you give me like a car?
No.
Oh, well.
Not now.
That's what it's going to take.
That's something we could discuss in the future. But, so you want your records removed. It's not just that simple, David. We need to really know.
Well, that's what they say. And then they say, if you don't want to come to church, just don't come to church.
Just don't come to church.
But
we want to be able to have your soul saved still.
Well, it's more like they can say how many members are of the church because they read that every year.
Yeah, but they're not going to tell you that. They're not like, stick around so we can be powerful. They're going to tell you, we want to still be able to save your soul.
Right, and that's when you say, well, if you don't do it voluntarily, then I'm going to bring a lawyer, and then they'll do it.
Yeah, David, do you think your lawyers are matched for my lawyers? I mean, that's what I would have said if I was Brigham Young.
Well, yeah, the church doesn't want to look bad in the legal community for that. So yeah,
the Lego community.
The legal.
Oh, we just went to the Lego store. I think that's
we did. It was awesome.
So that's why you said that. Are you more of a Legoist than a Mormon?
For sure. And I kind of want to go back to that Lego store.
Yeah. You want to see what time they close?
Yeah. What time does it? I think they close at 5.
What's it called? Shitting Bricks?
Yeah, I think that was it.
That's a good name for a Lego store.
I should start my own Lego store and call it that.
Shitting Bricks.
I'd have to pay your royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bricks and minifigs. For all of you Lego enthusiasts in the Idaho Falls area and surrounding areas, Bricks and minifigs, 3160 East, 17th Street, Suite 150. So I guess that's our address also, except for the suite part, right? Hours of operation, 8 o'clock.
They're open till 8 o'clock at night?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, 10 to 8.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can go back and buy yourself a Lego dildo or whatever it was you were looking at.
Yeah, well, those hurt a little bit.
Ouch. I've stepped on a Lego, so I can't imagine what shoving one Lego up my ass.
Didn't I send you a picture of a Lego butt plug before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, because then you can build on top of that.
Yeah, you can make it as big as you want.
Imagination is endless.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, so they let you out, they scrubbed your record?
I guess. Well,
you assume? So, like,
well, yeah, they
told you they did.
Right. They send you a letter that says your records have been removed.
Have you ever verified it? Could I go in and be like looking through records and go to your name, like the David name?
I don't know.
And find you?
I don't know.
Where are these records? What's the point of scrubbing the records, I guess?
Well,
do you even know if they actually exist?
I know, but it's more of a thing like you're taking a stand saying, I don't stand with this organization anymore. That's how I saw it.
Do you hate the Mormons, the Latter-day Saints?
Not the people, because most of my family.
But you're very anti-institution.
Well, just any organized religion I really don't like. I think they're all just bullshit.
Because on the show, we've had a lot of people say they hate Mormons.
Like the people?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And that's what I'm always like, well, I wouldn't say that. Because I've also had Mormons on here. I had Josh. Do you remember Josh Crandall?
Yeah.
He came on the show.
Oh, did he really?
And I love that guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And it's not his fault he's a Mormon,
I think a lot
But he's also never acted super
Yeah, he's always been really good.
Which is why I admire him, because I feel like he does have a lot of faith in himself and in the LSD church. LDS, sorry. But it's not but he doesn't look down on anybody for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's why some people don't like Mormons, is they kind of think they're kind of stuck.
There's a lot of the condescension going on.
Yeah. So it's annoying, but I kind of...
Were you ever like that?
Looking down on other people? No, not really, but I think I definitely felt bad for people.
Like when I met you and you wouldn't swear or anything? Was that because we were kids, or was that because you were Mormon?
Well, probably because I was Mormon. And probably just because I wasn't raised that way.
Because we were and it was not so much the swearing, but I'd be say something like a cock in the ass or something, and you'd be like,
oh, really?
But you would laugh, but you were shocked laughing.
Right. Well, probably just because I had never hung out with people most of my friends were Mormon.
Why did I start hanging out with you?
Because I'm super funny and awesome.
I didn't know that, though.
Well, because we had a couple classes together.
Yeah.
And that's how we met.
I think I had a lot of real nerdy friends because, I was in the same nerdy classes. There's a track. David.
There's a track?
There are tracks in school. A smart kid track and
Oh, you're talking about
why was I not... Some of my more knucklehead friends, they don't even know any of you guys exist.
Right, exactly.
Because after school, I'd hang out with the knuckleheads, and in school, I had classes with all these kids that were
Yeah, I felt like I was in a few different cliques, I was in the drama and the band. So you're friends with Sean, maybe.
Yeah, Sean's one of my best friends for sure.
So.
But, that was because he started playing guitar with us. So he was a band geek, but he also played guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I was never in band or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just hung out with you because you were funny, I think. I think that is true.
Yeah, I think so.
Because then we're in that science class. I saw a video of some guy, it was his Halloween costume or some shit. And it was the painting of the pirate at the beginning of SpongeBob. He could move his lips, and he started singing the song. And I was like, "Hey, I did that." Remember, I would sing the song.
Yes, I remember.
Mr. Whatever was his name.
Yeah, it was science or whatever.
It was science, and I was just randomly be like, "Are you ready, kids?" And everybody would answer. It was I got the whole class on my side all the time. That was great.
I was.
It's one of those things I was never good. When am I ever going to be in a room full of people where I can just shout that out and everyone's going to respond to it? We're going to do a whole song in the middle of whatever's going on. Never again.
Poor teachers.
Yeah, fuck, man. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I mean, I wanted to be a teacher, but then I realized I didn't really have the...
You have to be very patient.
Patience for it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big part.
And so I used to do the substitute teacher thing. And that's what I was telling you before. I hated doing the elementary school, but sometimes I would just because I needed the money or whatever.
Right.
But then the superintendent didn't let me do elementary school stuff anymore.
He didn't let you?
He called me into the district office to talk to him because he's like, hey, we had some complaints. So you were substituting at Roberts Elementary. I'm like, yeah, that was my school. And so when I was there, over the intercom, they called for Mrs. Pope, I think was her name.
Okay.
And I knew she was a total bitch. Like when I was in elementary school. And so I asked the kids. I'd swear, but I was like, Mrs. Pope still works here? They're like, yeah, she's like really old. And I was like, well, she was a teacher here when I went here. I was like, is she still like a jerk? Or I don't know. Like I said something about, like I didn't say bitch, but I was like,
Right.
you know, the equivalent for kids, whatever that was. And then, and so we had a good laugh about it. I told a few stories, went back and forth, and I didn't think anything of it. And then a bunch of those kids, they went and told their parents about this really funny stuff that they heard about the teacher at the school.
Right.
And
Because
so
the kids at that age tell their
they
parents
tell their
everything.
which is good, which is great. And but then they went and like even now, like I'm like, if my kid came home with stories like that would have like, oh, that's cool. I would not complain. Like I don't think that's something to complain about. Like, but people do. And
Yeah,
so they complain.
and all you need is one parent to complain.
Yeah. So I guess there was a couple, and so he's like, you know what? He's like, we really need the workers, whatever. He's like, just don't do elementary school stuff anymore. He's like, something like that, totally fly in high school. Like no one's gonna care. Like, but these little kids, they tell their parents everything. That's what he said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. And so I stopped doing the elementary school stuff. But no, man, kids are scary.
No, they're not. Kids are fun.
Other people's kids are scary.
No, they're not. They're fun. They're just, you gotta understand them. I've always just been good with kids.
I'm really good with kids, but I'm in this climate. It's scary because I'm very. I treat them a little too much like equals, maybe.
Oh yeah.
And so you can end up crossing some lines. Not like gross or anything, but you know, just like what I just said.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and like with my kids, I can joke around and make jokes that are not dirty, but maybe a little bit above their heads, and vice versa, or little kid dirty, like a poop joke or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't do that as a teacher,
Right.
but you know you can do that like as a cool uncle or a parent or something. But I didn't know you liked little kids like that. Teaching little kids. I'm not.
Well, I was a substitute teacher for 3 years, and then I was a teacher's aide for 3 more years, and then I worked at a preschool for a year. So yeah.
Should you just feel like it's fulfilling or what?
Yeah, I feel like I'm making a difference, and I feel like whatever I do, I have to feel like I'm contributing. So.
Do you contribute to like society?
Yeah, exactly, and I have to feel good about what I do, and I feel like I'm really good with kids, and I make their days like a lot better by being there, and so I feel fulfilled, and I do those jobs, even though they don't pay very much.
Yeah, isn't that, you know, when we did the Spanish show it was at a place owned by a friend of mine who's come on, I don't want your come on. It's moving by itself. Why are you so fussy?
Do you think I'm too...
You have OCD.
Yeah, I do.
You're like Danny Tanner. Like, besides looking like him, you are him.
I don't know who that is.
The character portrayed by on Full House, the dad on Full House.
I've never seen Full House. But yes, I am obsessive compulsive.
You've never watched Full House when you were a kid?
Why
not?
Because we only watch stuff on PBS.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I watched Arthur.
Arthur kicked that.
Yeah.
But wow, that's crazy. But when did you know you were obsessive consultative?
Compulsive. Well, when I was like a preteen, I started like doing things like make sure the doors were locked, like 50 times a day.
Oh wow.
And then I started like washing my hands like 100 times a day and rubbing my skin raw. And
Were they always? Were the doors always closed?
were they always locked?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually. But
What would have happened if one wasn't?
Well, then I was worried someone
Would have you just locked it, or would you have been like, okay, someone's in the house?
I would probably just locked it, I guess. I don't know. Like they
Bob Saget
they
played Danny Tanner.
Oh yeah, you've told me before I look like Bob Saget. I don't think I do, but you do.
You're like a Irish Bob Saget.
An Irish Bob Saget?
Yeah, with the red hair and all that.
I don't have red hair. Do you think?
It's kind of red.
Oh yeah, sometimes people say that.
You have an Irish last name.
That's
I think
true.
You look very Irish to me.
Yeah.
You're like a tall leprechaun.
I'm like a tall leprechaun. Because I am taller than you.
You're taller than most leprechauns. Yeah. Check this out.
Can you make a song about my nan? She was in America for a holiday and got shot 3 times. Please. Your grandma didn't deserve that, man. I got you. Fuck that old bitch. Yeah, they shot up, but they should have used the whole clip. Then they only took 3 shots when they shot her with a Glock. If she pulled up to my block, I would have shot her with my cock. Wait, wait. Can you make a song?
He would have shot her with his cock.
So will that be part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Well, what if these guys see it and sue you?
They can what?
What if these guys see you and see the video and sue you?
Oh, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, David. Do you like rap music, David?
I mean, if it's good, I do.
Did you like that?
Not really. I'm like a white guy. What do you expect? I like Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yeah, the musical. That's like.
Is there rap in there?
Yeah, a lot of the musicals rap.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw that, and I have a friend, Lily, that was always like, "You should watch Hamilton." I'm like, that looks like stupid shit.
You should watch it. It has great music.
You have great music too, David. My mom just said they tried to shoot Trump, but they didn't hit him. Shoot.
Are you serious?
That's what she said. Let's look into this.
Oh. I bet you he hired somebody to do that. That's because the conspiracy is going. He hired somebody to do that so he could get sympathy.
I'm not seeing anything in the news.
Do you have a cell phone charger I could borrow?
What fits it?
An Android?
I don't know. Someone like this one? I don't know if it fits.
Probably, yeah. Oh, sorry.
What? Oh, no, I did that because I coughed.
Oh. No, but I might have a cord. I just remember.
It didn't fit? Do you want to go get it in your car?
No, it's in my backpack.
Oh!
See?
Backpack.
Okay. Gunshots reportedly fired at Donald Trump's rally as former president rushed off.
No, so they didn't, like, confirm that they were shooting at him. They might have been shooting up in the sky.
Like, yeehaw.
Yeehaw, Trump.
Oh, Trump rushed off stage by Secret Service as bangs heard at Pennsylvania rally. So they just heard bangs, but they didn't see anyone shoot anything?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll wait for the story to develop. You heard it here first.
This
folks.
drops like in a month. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You heard it here first.
Did you,
Well, I heard it here
we
first.
heard it here first.
Yeah.
You might be hearing this way after the fact. Did you think they were going to, is it strange to you that there hasn't been a presidential assassination successfully since John F. Kennedy and no attempts that we know of since Reagan?
No, that doesn't surprise me because, I mean, they keep those guys pretty close. Like, they have all these bodyguards and they're behind glass and they're...
Do you think that, do you think there's been attempts and we just don't know about it? Like, they don't talk about it anymore?
Well, I'm sure there's people that try and the FBI catch them before they get to the point.
And they just never talk about it in the news or anything?
Yeah.
Was it surprising to you that Obama didn't get at least shot at?
Yeah, maybe. But I think that it just goes to show how, like, careful they are.
She said they just pierced his ear. I think she's fucking with me now.
That would be funny.
I just thought with as racist as the country is, I was like, as soon as I remember the day they announced that Obama was the president, I was like, he's going to get killed.
And he's still going.
And then I thought Donald Trump was going to get killed by the other side, like everybody just being sick of him. But no, not even an attempt. Do you think more presidents should get murdered?
No, I don't. I think they should get voted out of office.
Do you believe in democracy?
Yes, but we don't have a democracy, do we? We have a republic.
So you don't believe in the democratic election being run in this country?
Well, I believe in the popular vote, not of the electoral college.
Yeah, so
If that would have happened, then Trump would have never been president.
neither would Bush.
Yeah, neither had Bush.
Bush the second anyway.
Yeah,
Isn't that what democracy should be?
it should be, but that's not how they set it up.
Do you know why they invented the electoral college?
Do you?
No, I'm asking.
Oh. I mean, I think it was a way. They said it was to give farmers more and people like that lived in the country more of a vote.
Because there's less people out here. Like you give an equal representation even though there's less people.
Right.
I think that's what it is, right? So like if 100% of a place with very few people votes, it might still be a lot less people than like a 50% vote in a very populated area.
Right.
So this is supposed to balance it out.
Well, but
it doesn't.
Yeah,
It's still unfair.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, if your state goes for a certain color, then there's no reason really to vote.
It creates the exact same problem only on a state level now.
Yeah.
Now the smaller vote in our state. For example, here in Idaho, it's a red state. So Democrats go to vote. Their vote doesn't even count because there's such a small percentage.
Right. But
so it's the exact same thing as
but
the
Republicans don't really need to vote either because they know enough Republicans will.
Yeah.
So that's what
it doesn't see it. So the popular vote should be the way to go.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Yeah. But what are we going to do about it?
I guess I could run for president
or assassinate the president. You are old enough to run for president. Why didn't you do that?
I don't want to be president. I think
this is the first election in which you are old enough to run for president. Did you know that?
No, I was old enough last time, I think.
No.
Yeah.
You only have to be 35.
I was 35 last time.
4 years ago, you were 35?
Mm-hmm.
Are you older than me?
Yes.
How much older than me?
Oh, I guess only 3 years ago. But I am older than you because I'm 28. I'm 38.
You wish.
Yeah, I'm 38.
I'm 18.
You're 18.
So I'm ready to party, but I need someone to buy the alcohol for me.
Oh, I'm not buying alcohol for you if you're underage.
I can go to war and kill men in the name of my country, but I can't have a beer.
Well, I'm not sending you to war. That's your choice if you want to go to war. And the draft.
There's a draft.
But we're not at war right now.
I can go to draft at war, but I can't get a draft at the bar. That's pretty clever, huh? Look at you. Look at you. Chug. So you have celiac disease.
Celiac, yeah. Because I find yaks hilarious. They are just so silly.
Like, ow, that kind of shit. Tell me about your celiac disease.
Well, it's really fun.
What is celiac disease?
It's an autoimmune disease that attacks your lower intestine and makes holes in it.
Really? See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. It confuses of gluten with like something bad for your body, and so it attacks it. But then it also starts attacking your own body. Like I lost my.
Do you have holes in your guts?
It's called leaky gut. I don't think I do because I have it healed. But like if I eat gluten, then it can break it back open again, and so that's why you get sick.
And I'm sorry I interrupted you. You said you have what in your throat or what? You were signaling your neck, and then I interrupted you. You said I have.
Oh, my thyroid. Yeah, I lost my thyroid when I was like 14, which is really weird because people.
How? What do you mean lost?
Well, my immune system just killed it.
Oh wow.
And so they didn't remove it, but it doesn't work anymore.
Because then you see like fat chicks always have like a scar on their neck.
Yeah.
And it gets hidden by the fat rolls. And then they're like, it's because I got my thyroid removed.
Yeah. Usually it's overweight women that have it. Overweight older women, not skinny young kids. And so that's what it took.
And you were a skinny young boy. You were like exact opposite of
right.
everything.
And so it took them for like a year for them to find it. But during that year, I was like super sick.
When was this?
This was 10th grade. And yeah. And so like I just pretty much slept all the time, and I was always super tired, and so like I would fall asleep during like every class, and so I'd have to like they'd make me like stand up.
Hey, maybe I have celiac disease.
Well,
I'm
maybe.
very low energy lately.
Yeah.
And everything. And I'm like, did you always have like the runs? Were you very rarely regular?
No, I was the opposite. I was constipated, but I mean, if you
but you were never regular.
Right, and so if you had diarrhea, that could be a sign. I don't know. I think a lot of people are gluten intolerant and don't know it. I think gluten isn't very healthy.
Is there gluten in milk?
No, that's casein, what's in milk. Well, that I can't have.
You know how people are like lactose intolerant.
Right,
So.
I'm not lactose intolerant. I can't have the casein in it.
And I can't drink milk, so everybody's like, "Oh, you're lactose intolerant," because it makes me like it. So like I'll take one sip and my stomach immediately like.
Oh, isn't lactose intolerant?
I can eat cheese and ice cream and everything else though.
Oh.
So I'm like, maybe it's something else in the milk.
But casein is in cheese and other shit.
Yeah.
Casein's in all dairy, so I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think everything that's in milk is in cheese and ice cream and everything else that I can eat and be fine with.
Huh, that's weird.
Maybe I have celiac.
Maybe.
Why is it called celiac?
I can only think my same old joke.
The one you already said about the yak?
Yeah. I don't know why it's called that. I have no.
Was celiac? Is that a name? Celiac?
I don't know. Or is that what are the little things inside your intestine called?
Oh, it might be. Yeah, that's cilia.
Yeah,
I believe.
So that would be why it's called that.
What's
probably?
That's dumb.
Well,
I like the celiac.
I didn't name it.
Do you tell people that you have celiac disease?
I usually don't bring it up because I hate talking about it.
But you never go out to dinner with anyone or anything?
Because
for that reason?
Yeah, because my sister.
You don't want to be the lame that's like not eating.
Yeah, and my sister goes out and tries to have them order it, but she gets cross-contaminated all the time, and then she's sick. So,
oh, your sister has it also?
Yeah.
Is it run in the family? Is it a?
Yeah, it's more likely genetic.
So that's what you told me when you said you were coming to town, and I'm like, I wouldn't trust. Like, it'd be funny to watch you ask for that, just because to me things like that are funny when you give special instructions at a restaurant. But I wouldn't trust that they would do it for you.
Well, that's the point.
They'd be like, we did, and they would, and then you die. Can you die from that shit?
I'll eventually, but it'll be like a slow death.
But it's not like you're gonna eat the wrong thing and die the next day. That's not gonna happen.
Not to me.
What do you think happens when we die?
Nothing. The same thing that happened before we were born. Nothing. No existence.
You're something of a comedian.
Why do you say that?
Because we were talking about death and depressing stuff.
Oh.
Depressing for those who are scared of it, I guess.
Well, are you scared of death?
No. For that reason, because I'm not going to hell.
Because you believe the same thing?
Yeah. I think when people are scared of death, it's because they aren't happy with what they've done with their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And they're afraid of what's going to happen after. And I know nothing's going to happen after. So it's like, why be afraid of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's going to suck for whoever's here that might cry about me or miss me.
Yeah.
But it's not going to suck for me. Like,
it is a weird thought, though, of not existing.
Yeah. Because you think about that, like, what's the funeral going to be like? What are people going to say? And you think about it in a way that you're almost saying, how am I going to feel about how these people are going to react? How am I going to feel about the ripple effect that my death might cause? But you're not going to feel anything about it.
Yeah.
You're not going to. And it's not that you don't know it's happening. You just don't. Period.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is dead, dude.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. Would you like Donald Trump to be dead?
No, because then they'll make him into a martyr. I just want Donald Trump to get beaten.
Beaten
in not physically, no. In
like that wouldn't be the goal, but if he was beaten physically, you'd smile.
No, because then he'll use it. Huh, that's crazy though.
Isn't that crazy how he had people go into the Capitol and destroy it?
Yeah, I know.
Like, people still want him to be president.
Yeah, it's insane to me, but
Are you gonna vote this year?
Yeah, I always vote.
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein.
Are you gonna tell us who you're voting for?
Anyone that's not Donald Trump.
Jill Stein all the way.
I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Oh,
But she's a candidate.
is she?
Yeah.
Oh,
And she's not, insane.
is that who you're voting for?
I can't vote.
Oh, if you're a felon, you can't vote
Yeah, you can't vote.
ever for the rest of your life.
Yeah, some people can reapply for that, for their civil rights like that. I can't. So I can't own guns or vote or serve in a jury.
Oh,
And when they told me that, I was like, those are three things I've never done anyway, so who cares? I would never want to be on a jury. Would you ever want to be on a jury?
no, I only
It's a
got
waste of time.
asked for a jury duty one time.
What'd you do? Did you get out of it?
Yeah, because I already had a trip planned and had my plane tickets bought, and so I told them that, and they said
that was good enough, huh?
yeah, and they said, well, we'll call you another time if we need you. I never heard back again. So
My mom got called, and she went in, and in English told them that she couldn't be on a jury because she doesn't know English. And they said, okay, fine. I think you pretty much just have to go and say something. So they're like, all right, we're good. She's never been called again.
that's funny.
They're laughing at you, David.
Why?
I don't know. Let's have this. That's a band called Oblivion. Friends of the podcast. Some young kids from here in Idaho Falls, David.
Oh, really?
We have featured a few songs from different local artists. So if anyone wants us to play a snippet of their song, just let us know.
Born in a world filled with fear, boy, that's much too young for this dying country. But with my own
You like that, David?
deep in the dark and not so near.
I don't know. It's all right.
You know damn well I won't ever quit until I know you're mine. There's no way been out where from can't think of things I'm
That drummer is going crazy.
Yeah.
to leave you on. It's not who's wrong, it's not who's right, it's not I turned to in the fact that you know I'm gone. My son deep, I see it gone.
I like this part. Just got another Donald Trump notification.
I don't know.
Did you vote for Trump the first time around?
No.
It's okay if you did.
No, I didn't.
Who'd you vote for that time?
I voted for Hillary.
Hillary?
Yeah. It's like we always have two awful choices.
Do you know what I was hoping for the last 4 years?
What?
Was that Biden was so old that he would pass away and that we'd be left with Kamala. I thought Kamala would be a good change of pace.
Well, maybe she may end up being the nominee. You never know.
Everyone's always talking about like how they're sick and tired of old white men running the White House, running the country, and then they put old white men into the office. It's like
Right.
they're afraid to vote for women. They're afraid to vote for anybody that's not white.
Well, they voted for Obama.
Yeah, and how'd that go? Nobody backed him up on anything he tried to do. Listen to how he does it. Do you think you could sing like that?
No, I think it'd be hard on your vocal cords.
Yeah. So fucking take him off. What are you taking? Where are you taking this off?
You're too loud.
If it's too loud, you're too old, David.
I am too old. See, that drummer's gotta be like sweating by the time that song's over.
Have you ever played the drums?
Yeah, but not very well. I can do like a simple rock beat or a simple swing beat. That's about it.
Do you like Elvis?
Yeah, Elvis is great.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you liked the Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles are better than
I
Elvis.
thought you had to be either or.
I like them both.
Really?
Yeah.
Swing both ways on it.
The Beatles really like Elvis. I don't think it's unusual to like both because they're both great.
I don't really like Elvis though.
Why not?
Because like what's so great about him?
I don't know. He sang a bunch of songs.
Did he though? Or did he mumble through them?
You don't like Elvis, huh? Well, look, if your argument is that the Beatles are better than Elvis,
That's
of
not my
course.
argument. I just don't like Elvis.
Of course they are.
The Beatles, I love the Beatles, but I do think they're overrated.
Really?
Like both of those things are true. Like they're great, but also are they like the greatest?
Who do you think the greatest is?
I don't think there is the greatest. I think there was so much greatness coming out at that time.
Do you want any of this?
No, thank you. I have some pork rinds. But like, you know, like you have the Kinks, you have the Stones, you know.
So I think it's weird when people compare the role.
Oh, I'm not scared of comparing them, but I'm just saying like there's so much more greatness in that era.
I guess I think the Stones are overrated.
I think so too. Hey, did you hear about the library ban here?
The library band?
Yeah.
That's what you said to her?
No, I'm asking you if you've heard if you heard about the library band they have here in Idaho.
No, they have a band that plays at the library.
Ban, B-A-N.
Oh.
Like a book ban.
What band?
Something about like they can't. I guess it's not a book ban. They passed a law where like they can be responsible. Like you can sue them if your kid reads something that you find inappropriate, but it's so broad that it could be anything.
Oh, really?
And it was people starting to hate on like books about gay couples, and like there's a bunch of books in the kids area about gay stuff and you know just trans stuff or whatever. And so now there's the law, and so now they have a sign in the library that's I believe it's like you can't walk in without your parents underage or some shit. Like it's just crazy restrictions on books.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Insane.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like what the fuck are we living in?
It's
Like if I don't want my kid to read the gay books, guess what? I won't let her check out the gay books.
Yeah.
It's not on the librarians to worry about that shit. Here's the sign they put up for me.
Okay.
It's just ridiculous, David. See, there's a big stop sign. And it says, stop. Pursuant to Idaho Code 18-1514 that became effective July 1st, 2024. To proceed beyond this point, you must be 18 years of age or older. If you are under 30, please be prepared to show photo ID for books. Or have an unrestricted library card. Please have your card ready to be scanned. Or be accompanied by your parent or legal guardian who must sign an affidavit every time you come into the library.
Wow. That's insane.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember we used to check out, like, there was this one book by Kemp Follett in the Roberts Library.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I found it because I had a couple more. Kemp Follett wrote a bunch of, like, young kids books, like adventure books, like the Power Twins. And then there was another one. The fuck was the other one called? They were kind of sci-fi-ish.
Did you read them?
Yeah, and I liked them, so I go to the library and look at Kemp Follett, and there's the one called The Big Needle, or The Eye of the Needle, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it's about this guy who lives with his lesbian girlfriend and her other lesbian girlfriend, and they fuck all the time. And his daughter overdosed, I believe, on heroin. Yeah, I think that's why it's The Needle.
Uh-huh.
And so then it's like him going looking for the dealers to fucking kill him because his daughter's like dying on an overdose.
Oh.
And has like some really cool sex scenes. I had to be like 10, 11.
Oh, really?
And so I told my friend about it. Antonio, do you remember Antonio?
Uh-uh.
He was like, he was like my best friend in growing up, and so I told him, so he checked it out. So he told someone else, and they checked it out. And so I think they got kind of suspicious. Why are all these guys checking out this book? And so they must have read it and like, oh, okay. There's this whole scene where he fucks his super attractive black girlfriend, and while his blonde girlfriend watches. Like super descriptive, like dude, I would jack off to that book. I would read like those 3 pages and jerk off all the time. It was better than
funny.
porn. And so they took it at like I never saw it again. Like they just pulled it.
So you should buy it.
That was this. I've been looking for it ever since, and I find one that's similar titled, but I read the description like that's not what the book is at all, which is really confusing to me. Like I already read the description. It's like it's about Nazi Germany and this and this. I'm like, no, there's nothing like that. It was like this real scumbaggy thing. It was in London, and I remember he would like one of the clues like he had to go find one of the dealers in the West End of or at this bar called the Purple End, which is at the West End of so and so street in London, and it was called the Purple End, and all the waitresses were topless and they had their tits painted purple. I mean, it was wild, but.
See, and now if you would have had a hard copy of that, then you would.
I've been looking for it for decades.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if you would have had one.
But I wish, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they pulled it, and it was the decision of the librarian, I'm sure. And she, knew it was, she was one of our moms, her kid was
right
here. So it's it's kind of fucked up, but at the same time, whatever. But there was no law against it. And so I think of that now, and I'm like, if I found out my kid, read some super sexual material like that and was, masturbating to it or whatever, it's not the easiest pill to swallow, but there are a lot of things worse. I would rather have that a million times than oh, she's doing heroin or some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a big deal to Mormons.
Yeah, and you know what I would do if I was very against it? Monitor what the fuck she's checking out of the library.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree with you.
And be like, you know what? I didn't like that you were reading that. Go to the library, next book you bring, I have to read it first.
Yeah. My mom read all the books that we read when we were a kid, yeah.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's if you're going to be super worrywart parent, it's up to you to handle that, not other people, not people just trying to work in a public place where they hardly get paid anything anyway.
Yeah. No, I had not heard of that.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's depression. Kind of depressing to hear.
Yeah. That's Idaho for you right now, man.
Yeah, Idaho, man. You guys, going kind of crazy right now.
In the wrong direction, for sure.
Yeah.
But oh well. What do you want to do, David?
I don't know. I want to go back to that Lego shop.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. We're going to go. But we'll say goodbye for now. Say goodbye, David.
Goodbye for now. Goodbye, David.
Are you?
No, I'm just kidding.
Are you ever going to come back, David?
And do another podcast.
And bring some bitches.
Oh, okay.
And do a podcast with some bitches. Do you ever want to do the Ouija board again?
We could try it.
We should. You want to go to the Lego shop first, though?
Well, I want to go to the bathroom first.
At the Lego shop?
Do they have one?
I don't know. You can go to the bathroom, dude.
I'm going to.